Well, it's been a gripping week for Corrie fans as evil factory boss Frank Foster came to a grisly end when he was found murdered. But who done it? There are a number of suspects in the frame, including factory worker Michelle Connor, played by Kym-Marsh. Kym's here this morning. First, though, let's have a sneak preview of a scene from tonight's episode.
Sally found him.
Sally?
Yeah, she said he was dead when she got there. I mean, I'm just finding all this out myself. We don't know who did it. I mean, it could be burglars.
I could think of someone closer to home.
Who?
Peter didn't come home last night. I must have rang him 10 times, he's not answering.
Oh, God, he's probably just drunk somewhere.
God, I hope so.
Kym, there's so much to talk to you about, but we've got to start with Corrie. This has been just gripping stuff. What's it been like to be part of that sort of strong storyline?
Oh, it's been wonderful. It's been absolutely amazing. We've all really, really enjoyed it. Kind of sad it's over, really, in some ways for us, yeah. But I'm really excited to watch, you know, tonight's episode, and I'm like...
Did Michelle do it? Is she capable, do you think?
I don't know. Do you?
I don't know. I've got a theory, actually, Kym. I don't think it's any of the 5 suspects we've been showing. I think that's a clever ploy. Look, there you all are. I think it's a clever ploy. I wonder if it's his mum.
Oh, really? Yeah, I heard that a couple of times.
And do you miss Andrew
actually.
Lancel as well? He's a great character, isn't he?
Andrew is fantastic. Everything was so subtle and underplayed, and he just pitched it absolutely right. They've all been amazing. Alison King's been fantastic all the way through as well, so...
Busy time for you. Your autobiography has just come out in paperback. As the title suggests, it really is from the heart, isn't it, Kym? I mean, it is a roller coaster of what your life's been like so far. You've not been afraid to tackle any of it. Why did you decide to sort of open your heart and give us a real look inside your life?
I think, you know, I'd been asked to do it a long time ago, and when I'd first gone into Hearsay, and I just didn't feel that I was old enough or had experienced enough, and certainly not experienced enough being in this industry. So I wanted to wait, and I just feel that, you know, there's a lot of things that have happened in my life that, you know, could potentially be helpful to other people to read. And also, there was a lot of rumours about me in the press and this, that and the other, and it was my chance to get my side of the story across, really.
Some of the issues you tackled, I think, would be really helpful, particularly to teenagers. I mean, you talked about the fact that you were bullied when you were at school. Yeah. What did they do to you? They were really mean, weren't they?
Oh, horrible, horrible things. I mean, a lot of name-calling in my family, pushing me, pulling up my skirt in the playground and that kind of thing. You know, it was all really nasty stuff, to be honest, and it got too much for me, and I kind of tried to keep it to myself for such a long time, and then eventually, you know, told my mum, who tried desperately to sort it out. But I think bullying is one of those things that people find really hard to kind of combat, and we're still seeing that now, so... And
you blame that in the book for that leading to you struggling with eating and sort of bulimic tendencies.
Yeah, I mean, you know... It's hard to say exactly what triggers those kind of things, but when you're bullied and you're called fat and ugly and the rest of it, your appearance is constantly being scrutinised. I think at that age, it's a very difficult age particularly for a girl, I think, you know, in your kind of 12, 13, 14, your body image is starting to kind of, you know, you're taking shape and everything else, and it's a very tricky age anyway. So when you're given all of that kind of abuse and made to feel bad, it triggers all sorts of things.
And 18 was hard, wasn't it? We've got a picture of you, actually, that you've published in the book. You fell pregnant like your mum did at 18. What was that like, and telling your mum and dad and coping with that? Look, there you are.
I know, I look so young.
You look about 12, don't you, in that
I know,
shot?
and I felt so old.
Did you? Did you really?
Yeah, I did. You know, I was always very mature for my years anyway. I don't know if that's because I've had older siblings, you know. My eldest brother is like 10 years older than me. But... I mean, I was scared. I was really nervous. You know, I was worried what my parents would say. So I actually told my sister first, who's one of my best friends anyway. And she kind of told my mum, and it went from there, really. But my dad had been ill, so...
You worried... Well, your dad had been very poorly at the time, so you worried about that, weren't you, as well?
Yeah.
But also you worried that it might sort of curtail your showbiz ambitions, because from when you were a teenie, you were singing and dancing, and... But it didn't, did it? I mean, you've gone on to a fantastic career.
Well, only because of my support from my family, really. I mean, that, you know, I couldn't have done any of what I've done without my mum and dad and my family network. I mean, even now, you know, my sister's looking after Polly for me while I'm working. So it's, you know, it's all very family
Little
related.
Polly, she's nearly 1, isn't she?
Yeah, she is.
What's motherhood look? I was going to say, oh, she's so sweet. Look at her. I was going to say, what's motherhood like around this different time? You've got 2 children that you had when you were very young.
Yeah.
And then Polly, you know, you're 35 now. Is it different?
It's very different, yeah. It's harder.
Is it?
I found it harder. I'm more tired, I think, although I've got more patience. But I love the fact that they've got that gap, though. I mean, the kids, David and Emily, just adore Polly. They absolutely adore her, and they're fantastic with her, you know.
And has she brought some joy in your life? Because, I mean, I have to admit to you, Kym, I couldn't read all of your stuff about Archie.
Yeah.
It sort of wells me up now. But you talked so honestly about losing a baby. Has Polly sort of brought some joy after what must have been such an awful time?
She absolutely has. I mean, we struggled to keep Polly with us, to be honest.
Did you?
Yeah, I had to go on bed rest and all sorts of other things, and we finally got there, and she's absolutely fantastic, and she amazes me every day. And I always kind of look at her and think there's a little bit of Archie in her, you know. So she definitely has, you know, brought so much joy and happiness to us after what we went through.
Did it help you writing about it, do you think?
I think it did, yeah, I think it definitely did. And interestingly, and people have had a lot of views on it, some people have said that they didn't think I should have talked about it, and then a lot of other people that have gone through it have said that it's such a taboo subject, and actually it should be talked about, because premature birth is actually still the biggest, you know, reason that babies die.
And more mums than we think actually go through it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's lovely to talk to you, and we will be watching the screens tonight for the latest on Corrie. Nice to meet you, Kym.
Thank you, Angie.
Thank you.